Okay, this is the ritual games of the ancient Egyptians, where the Asians and the Arabs and the Europeans, where they got their idea for alchemy to make weapons, to use weapons in a in a war fashion. As you can see, it talks about the stick fighting scene in the little caption. It talks about they're reenacting the Horus and Set battle. They're talking about Ramses III and the mortuary temple, 1187, 1156 BCE, Western Thieves, wrestlers, stick fighters, etc. So, these people were evolving the temple rituals, which go back before Menzies. You're a bunch of idiots if you don't understand that. A bunch of useless fools. A bunch of Asiatic, instead of Eurocentric and Afrocentric, we have a Asiatic centric or something. So, you see that clearly portraying. You see the grappling techniques, you see the judo-like moves, you see the stick fighting, as well as the spears and the different weapons. These weapons are made out of flower and reed stock. And, I'm not going to get into the specifics of why it's connected without telling you too much about martial arts, but I'm going to say this. When we talk about Jupiter and the Germanic tribes being associating him with Odin, and you talk about Esfet meaning chaos. You talk about Hetep. Remember I said Hetep means peace? It means peace, to be at peace, an offering of peace. And the water symbol means honor. And you see that in kind of a vase-looking shape. And, of course, the Europeans, they're expensive French vases and blah, blah, blah. It's the ideas they stole from Egypt and that they applied in a Eurocentric way, but they never got the true knowledge. They're building themselves a ladder to hell because it's based on misconceptions of African knowledge, which can only be understood by African people. So now, it's funny, the same argument that the Sadducees made with Jesus. Oh, we were older than you. We've been studying the Torah longer than you. We've been rehearsing the same verses about Moses and Abraham longer than you. I see a lot of cocksuckers making this argument. Some of my best debates and some of my easiest debates were against older people who thought they knew. They came to the table thinking they knew it all. And then when it came down to it, they quickly realized that their mind isn't that sharp, that they don't know it all, that they're quite out of touch, that they have a whole bunch of useless facts that they haven't put together in any kind of creative way, they haven't put together in any kind of useful way, a bunch of useless, priceless artifacts that they don't understand, a bunch of useless, priceless knowledge and hymns and spells that they don't understand. What spells are we talking about? The book of breathing, the book of transversing the universe, the book of communion. So they had communion, they broke the bread, and they had fucking burnt offerings and all that stuff. And remember, the Rosetta Stone was written in the different scripts, right? The Greek script and the Demotic script. Why? Because a bunch of fucking demon crackers and a bunch of Semites were pillaging Egypt, raping the women, taking the women. Even Moses killed an Egyptian and took a dark-skinned wife. So when we go to page 224, this is the next picture I'm going to show you. After this, I'm going to leave this book alone. I'm going to put it back in the motherfucking bookshelf. You know what I'm saying? Basically, this is the Roman period, and this is a Roman portrayal of Heru, of Nekeni, of Horus, and the Roman period. And you see, they're starting to heat up glass. They're starting to experiment with Egyptian alchemy in the Roman period in Egypt, and they're even taking the deities, and the deity evolved from the hawk into the eagle. They merged the hawk, the falcon, with the eagle. The falcon that came from the hawk city and the temple of Heru with the eagle. So they all become synonymous symbols. To me, Heru is the hawk, because where I live, I see him in the form of a hawk. And I live in the pyramid city with the hawks. Now, when they go to, and of course, out of the 37 different varieties of falcons, well, let me show you this picture of communion with the dead. And I'm going to show you, because, YouTube's been taking forever. And I'm hungry. I'm about to go shopping. I'm about to go see if any busters want to catch a fade. Any scraps are slipping. Any slobs that I don't like for the past. That haven't repented. I'm going to go see those motherfuckers. But first, let me show you these last couple pictures. This is the first one. The eye is the eye of Heru, the sacred eye of Heru, and they talk about how it relates to the gold and the carnelian and the faience and the lapis bracelet. And there's 7 of them that were found in the mummy of King Shoshonek of the 22nd dynasty, and how these people took the Wejat, the protection of the king in the afterlife. So the Wejat symbol, the eye of Heru, that is the symbol that I saw. That's why I'm the prophet. Because when I was presented the eye of Heru, it was as a prophet, not as somebody who's just seeing things or, it being a trick of the mind. The symbols and the signs lined up in the pattern of the nature that God is trying to show me in His symbols. And He gave me a very honest, straightforward, obvious symbol. And this is what it is. This is the path. This is the light. Thank you.